Alright, so boom, we back again. Listen, bro, like I said in the last video, or whatever video I was talking about Rust in console edition, I was gonna bring it up, bro. I was gonna like state the problems with Rust, bro. Listen. All right, Rust blew up. Well, Rust was already a pretty good game. It started getting really good around 2019 when they started getting all the updates and stuff. I'm talking about general Rust now, like PC Rust, and then it blew up with the streamers playing Rust, all this stuff, role playing the game, blah blah blah. So it blew up a lot, right? And then as soon as that like end point of like them of it blowing up, right? Boom, they announced console edition, right? And then bro, I'm hyped. Everybody's hyped. Everybody's hyped. But I kind of had a feeling. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of had a feeling. The reason I had a feeling is because it's made by a different studio. Now I know that that studio is like porting games is their thing, but so because listen, I think who does Double 11? Bro, I really forgot who makes Rust. It doesn't matter. But like the developers of Rust, right? I'm just guessing Double 11. I'm not gonna lie. It's either Double 11 or isn't it Gary? No, it's Face Punch. What the fuck am I talking about? All right, so Face Punch, I like their development is amazing, bro. Their development process is amazing. I talked about it plenty of times before, but I'll say it again. Basically, what they back in the day when the game was still like back in the day, like we're talking about years ago, you used to get weekly updates to fix bugs, to fix problems, errors, to add things, to take away things, to check up on things, blah blah blah, whatever, right? And now they changed over to a monthly system because like the game was so large they couldn't like give you a reasonable amount of content or fixes in a week span. It would just be like one update with one change, so they moved it monthly so you can have like a list of changes, right? And they have like there's a place on their website you could go to see exactly what they're working on. Every time they fix something, they post it, and if it's just for developers, they'll redact it, but you still see that they posted it. So there's no like you can't go like dude like you can't say Valve is the same as Face Punch, right? Because Valve, you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do next, bro. They're all over the place. But at least developers don't have to say nothing to Double 11. I mean Face Punch, as long as you can look at that board and see it being updated here and there, then you know they're working on something, even if it's redacted. Now, all that's good, right? Yeah, if they were working on their own port. If they were working on their own port, I would have been like, oh man, this is amazing. But they're working with a different team. I don't know. Trust me, if I barely know Face Punch off the top of the dome, I'm not gonna remember that. But as soon as I heard that they weren't gonna do it themselves, there was a problem. The second problem the second like hair that stood on top of my head when I heard this is that they're going to release a game that has been worked on for almost 6, 7, bro. It has to be at least 8 years. I'm guessing 8 if we're counting Legacy. Well, I'm not familiar with Legacy, but we can count that too because that's what it's based off, right? So it's been let's just guess and say 8-year game, right? They're going to make an 8-year game in 2 years. I think when they were initially released it was like I think before it dropped around 2 years they dropped it, and when they dropped it, it was in a terrible state. Laggy servers, confusing button mappings, no custom servers, a lot of timing out, lagging out, crashing, a lot of bugs, a lot of glitches, bro. Just laundry list of problems and stuff, and to put icing on the cake, bro, there was no monuments. There was half the monuments, half the utilities equipment, no vehicles, no horses, bro. We had to walk, bro. It was not, it was terrible. I ain't gonna lie, it was terrible. And then so just hearing those two before it came out, I was all like, even if it's bad, I'll still play it, because it's one thing to reduce content, but it's one thing to all right. I want to speak on that point more. I gotta set that up more. But basically, what I'm saying is the game is terrible, and I understand, like the developers aren't. I ain't gonna lie, they're not skilled enough to to port this kind of game, right? And second, they're doing a terrible job of doing it, right? And I'll explain to you. All right, the first thing I wanted to point out was they reduced half of the content, like the actual content in the game. There's no vehicles, no horses, cars. Some of the monuments are gone. No textures. Skins, whatever. All that stuff was gone, and it was like they had like a different blueprint system, bro. It was they reduced it, but they didn't get the benefit of having a smooth game, bro. I don't understand why they would take half the stuff out. As a developer, I think in my mind, we can't add this content because it makes it too unstable. People are gonna crash. People are gonna lag. It's gonna be stuttery. So let's take this content out until we can integrate it better, and let's give them a stable game. But no, you take half the content out with an unstable game. It's very laggy, very framey. Like the color scheme, but the palette looks terrible. The lighting, it looks like you just ported everything from Rust directly, lowered the quality of the lighting and the textures, and just put it out. That's what I think just happened. And now they're just scraping up all the errors after they pile on top of each other, thousands after 1,000 errors, and fixing one at a time every month, year, whatever, right? That's what I think would happen. That's what I think happened, I ain't gonna lie. Because it's like nothing came of taking the content out. I wouldn't be surprised if like they just took everything from Rust, like I said, degraded, downgraded textures down, like they had to, because the performance hit is crazy, right? And like it's insane. I want to play this game on Rust. I watched Rust for almost like 3 years. Just people play Rust. I've been wanting to play it forever. I don't have a PC strong enough to play Rust. I would love to play Rust on console, but it's so laggy, so stuttery. It's like, bro, it's just a headache, to be honest. Second thing that's a big problem is no custom servers, bro. No custom server, no modded servers, no mod support, blah blah blah, whatever. They really need to, bro. They should have came out with modded single play modded servers, community servers, private servers, whatever. They should have came out with that. And when they could have had a dedicated option that they cost money per week, just like Minecraft Realms, if you're familiar with that. So basically, it'll give the team more money to function, to last longer, to upgrade, to update the game, blah blah blah, and it gives the community something to play with, right? There's no solo servers. 90% of people play solo on Rust, right? Console Rust, and all it takes is one Zerg of 30 people to wipe out an entire server. You cannot do nothing. When I was playing Rust back in the day, I robbed a gun shop that's just a vending machine full of guns. We robbed it, took it back to our place. The same night we got raided. We couldn't defend against 30 people with rockets, C4 farming all day and all night. So that's why community servers, private servers, custom servers with stuff like that, solos, it will be way more enjoyable, way more fun. Duo, solo, trio, blah blah blah, right? That's one thing that should have dropped with that. I don't know if you should have waited a year. They should have waited a year before they dropped it. To be honest, it could have waited one more year because this is not good. Another thing, the third thing that's really killing it, bro. It's just. I'm not gonna lie. The reason I don't think they edit the assets or anything, I think they just dragged and dropped it and then decrease certain things and just placed it in PlayStation, because they have the weirdest button mapping in the galaxy. The only one I can say is weirder or terrible or disgusting is PUBG. PUBG has the worst button mapping in my life. And for that example alone, that's why I think they don't know what they're doing, bro. Who reloads with what was it? It was R1 or L1. It was one of those. You reload with square. You interact with square, and that interaction is square, but it's just weird. Let us remap our buttons, bro. I can't stand it. So, yeah, that's the problem with Rust. Now, I'm going to give you a solution. Really simple solution. A simple solution that would blast all the criticism. Well, you still got the criticism because you ported a terrible game. And, yeah. Well, also, I want to talk on this topic real quick. I'm tired of people talking about PlayStation 4 as if the game was not designed for PlayStation 4. Console Rust was designed and was supposed to be for PlayStation 4, right? PlayStation, they said released on PlayStation 4 and 5. The game was supposed to be targeted to PlayStation 4. So if it doesn't run smooth on PlayStation 4, the team did not do a good job. If it runs smooth on PlayStation 5, that doesn't mean, oh, you need to get a PlayStation 5. Of course it's going to be bad on that console. It's supposed to be played on that console. It's supposed to be running even better on PS5. It's supposed to be running smooth on PS4. They were making this for PS4, and they did a terrible job. And that's just the facts. Of course, PS5 is going to run a game better. It's going to run any game better because PS5 has better specs than PS4. We all know this. But that game was developed for PS5, right? I meant 4, right? Alright. So, easiest way to fix this. Next update could either have this or this, one or two, or you can have both and, solve all your problems. The first thing I recommend is take a break from adding stuff. The last update they added like new monuments and this and that, bro. It's still a chuggy game, bro. I downloaded it just to see if it was good. No, it's terrible. Chuggerson 100%. It's laggy. It's really bad, bro. First, you need to just stop adding stuff and make the game run smooth. Do whatever you gotta do. Don't just decrease textures. Don't just decrease lighting fidelity, bro, because you're already done that enough to make the game look terrible. There's plenty of good games that you can play on PlayStation 4, right? That has the visual, I don't care about visuals at the end of the day, but you gotta do something more than just decrease textures or decrease the lighting. Bro, you gotta do something more. You gotta do something in the background. That obviously something hasn't been done. That I'm not familiar with making games on PlayStation, but I'm still, okay, I do have a familiarity with making games on PlayStation for Dreams, but other than that circumstance, I don't see why they don't just hold all the content and just make the game run smooth. I want the game to be running like butter. Make it stop all the laggy frames. I'm still getting blue screen to this day. When I join back in to play it again, I literally crashed 5 minutes after getting into a game. So that's crazy, I ain't gonna lie. So you fix the lagging, the stuttering, the glitches. Just do a whole Operation Health if you're familiar with Siege, bro. A whole season where you just fix the game, make it run smooth, make it playable, because it chugs, bro. Even if I watch people play Rust, console Rust, and the videos I see is people just. It's so you have to really put up with that. And plus the boat glitch, sound glitch is still there. Every time, I don't want to have bleeding ears every time I get out of a boat, because 90% of my gameplay was boat gameplay. Because I was a pirate, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's the first option. Second option, right, is to just give custom, community, private servers, bro. Doesn't matter which kind. To just let people, when I say modded, I don't mean obviously modded on PC, because that'll have a bunch of extra stuff to worry about. I'm saying change gather rate, change health, change this, change that. Have them spawn in a preloaded map with already built buildings. Have dedicated servers. Have custom servers. Have private servers. Stuff like that, bro. And plus and for the dedicated servers, you could put a price tag on them and get money from that. They're pushing skins right now because that's what they get paid to do, right? They're getting paid to push skins so they can keep creating the game. Bro, if you have private servers, dedicated servers, people will pay for them. They will pay for them, so you don't have to push skins so much. They're pushing more skins and they're pushing bug fixes, and that's a problem, right? This game has so much potential, but it doesn't have potential if you're not fixing the game. Those two options are the best route you can go, if you want to make it the best, to do them both in one update. But I would, if I had to choose between 1 and 2, I would make the game smoother, because it's so, like, who cares if you can play with your friends or solo if the game still run like terrible. It runs terrible. It looks terrible. It's just bad. And eventually, I think it's gonna get to a playable state, but it's gonna take so much longer if they go about it this route. They're adding the skins and monuments, but the game is like, I don't think they need to play catch up. They don't need to play catch up. They don't need to add a new LMG. They don't need to add the new train. They don't need to add the underground. They don't need all that. They don't. I just want a game that I can play. I kind of like Rust before the trains. I ain't gonna lie, but I'd rather play either one. It really doesn't matter. Well, either after or before, it doesn't matter to me. But the thing is, bro, they have they have gold in their hands, and they're not shaping it. They're not shaping it. They're not shining it so it can shine. It's covered in shit right now, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to download it again, because I heard the update's coming soon, and I'll see if it gets better after that. I'll tell you the truth, bro, because I would love to play this game. People think I'm telling the truth. People think I'm lying just to be like, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying, if it's shit, it's shit, bro. I played the game. I know from experience. It's supposed to, like, come on, make it run smooth, servers. It'll literally solve all the problems. I'm not gonna lie. Well, with that being said, that's all I had to say, bro. I've been talking for 17 minutes. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But that's all I gotta say. I'm not gonna lie, bro. So just roll the outro.
A normal person would have died a lot sooner, but that man just didn't want to let go.